Good morning. It's cold. Yeah, it's cold. Don't know where my beanies are right now. I have no idea. I had one here yesterday. And now I can't find it. Oh, I wanted my black beanie. Well, here's my gray one. Yeah. A little logo here. Morning. Good morning, India. We had a good conversation Tuesday night at our mastermind group. We talked about a lot of things. You know, what has changed in this industry in the last 17 years. Well, I'm gonna tell you my honest opinion about this. I can remember 17 years ago. Wally, good morning. HD Solutions, Kippy, what's up, bro? And I'll give you my honest opinion about this. What has happened in the last 17 years in this industry? I think this is the first time I'll talk about this. I mean, I don't think I've ever brought it up. But the innovation and modernization of junk removal. Okay? "17 years ago, when I started in the DFW area, there was no competition. There was nobody I could call to help me out. There was nobody. It was just me, another company called Dallas Junk Haulers, something. They had these two big old black trucks. It was pretty awesome, actually. Morning, Alex. After they went bankrupt, or they didn't go bankrupt. The guy got old, didn't want to do it no more. He called me and asked me if I wanted his trucks, and I turned him down. I said, no, I don't need any trucks. No, thanks. You know, when I first did my first junk removal, I remember showing up to a customer's house, opening the door to my truck, well, calling the customer saying, hey, I'm on my way. Getting out of my truck, driving to the location, opening the door, walking up to their front door, knocking on the door, letting them come out, showing me where the junk was in their property, then me picking it up and loading it to my truck. And at the end of this process, they paid me. The most important part of that whole process was me actually picking up the junk and putting it in my trailer. That was the number one part of that whole story I just told you. And only one thing, well, two things in that process has changed. We changed it. Us in the junk removal world have changed it. I'm going to tell you what that is. Back in the day, when people used to call you, it goes straight to your phone. These days, now there's answering machines. You can forward your calls to somebody in India. They can take your call. Excuse me very much. I can help you very much. The ending part, that's the first one. The second part that has changed in the last 17 years is the transaction. The part where they pay you, because they can pay you cash, check, Venmo, Zelle, Cash App. But other than that, they can just pay you cash like they used to do and write me a check back in the day. We in the junk removal world in 17 years have not innovated the business, have not changed the business. have not made any extraordinary changes to this. I still open the door to my truck. I'm still contacting the customer. I'm still charging the customer. And the best part about it is that I'm going to remove the junk. I'm physically removing the junk, which is probably the number one part, because that's what they called you for originally, right? That's what they called you for. But nothing much has changed. That happened to me 17 years ago. What the fuck? Out of all the things I happen to grab, I'm trying to reach for a shirt. Jesus Christ. I'm trying to make this not shake. I'm putting a shirt underneath it, it won't shake as much. All right. Well, I've been getting vibrations here lately. Okay, here we go. Can you follow? Not a lot of things have changed in this industry. Let me tell you what happened to me yesterday. Yesterday, I was at a customer's house, and I got out of my truck. I contacted them, said I'm on my way. I got out of my truck. I walked in, went to their home. I drove there. Went to the front door, knocked on it. They showed me the junk where it was on their property. I physically pulled it up, picked it up, and I threw it in the back of my trailer. And I went about my business. That happened to me yesterday. Hell, that happened to me 17 years ago. I did not innovate the business. I did not change the business. No, I didn't. I didn't do any of that stuff. As a matter of fact, it's called a junk removal business, right? That's what it's called. That's what it was called 17 years ago. And that's what it's called 17 years later, which was yesterday, which is now. I did not change the business, but I tell you who did. I'll tell you what happened to this business. Because overall, the people in this business have made this business complicated, have complicated this business, have tried to modernize a business that's simply easy, have tried to make this business more complicated than what it is. It's just junk removal. You don't have to explore, innovate, change a business that doesn't need any. Now, it'd be different. It'd be different, Chippy, if I showed up with 2 Tesla robots. It'd be totally different. Let's pretend that I went to a person's house and I showed up with 2 of those Tesla robots. I got out of my truck, and the 2 robots jumped out and started working. They started removing junk and trash from the house. That is different. I've innovated the business. I have changed the business incredibly. But I'm going to tell you what's happened to this business in the last 17 years and what have a lot of new entrepreneurs done to this business to really change it. And this is where a lot of us have got caught up in it. Back in the day, you could just post on Facebook, post on Craigslist, get a Google placement, and then you'd get calls. We've complicated the business, and nobody else did it except us. We complicated it. Let me tell you what happened. This is my truck and my phone and me. This is the customer's house. You travel in between there, and in between there is the garage clean out. It's the transaction. They called me. I got in my truck, I started driving. I confirmed the job and went to their house. While at their house, I started removing junk and hauling it. And loaded it and paid. They paid me. And then I left. Transaction was done. What people have done to this business was not necessary. In between, they added booking platforms, CRMs. Calendars, booking appointments. A POS system, point of sale. Credit card fees. COGS, your cost of goods. Your return on investment, ROI. How much did it cost you to get to a customer's house and do the job? A database of information from the customer. That means the address, the customer, why he called you, when he called you, his name, his phone number, and what you picked up and when you picked it up. This happened in between. And get this shit, we are not a service anymore. We are a luxury service. That's the one I love the most. We are not a service anymore. These people have came out and said and told everybody that we are a luxury service and we should charge more. That our service is expensive service. Now we're tradesmen. I'm going to tell you something about a welder. A welder has to go to school. A welder can be a son that grows up and watches his father weld and becomes so good at it that he's got years of knowledge in the welding and becomes a master welder, a tradesman. He spends his time growing that part, that industry, that service of being a welder. And if he wants to be a licensed welder, he goes to school for it. An electrician does the same thing. To be an electrician and a master electrician, you have to be educated. You have to go to school for it. But not junk removal. To be a roofer, you need to know roofing. To be a plumber, you have to be a master plumber. To pick up a fridge, you need a dolly. To pick up a couch, you need 2 men. To knock down a shed, you need a sledgehammer. But we have changed the business in the last 17 years. It is sad. It was unnecessary for us to change the business, and now we are a luxury business. We're not a luxury business. And let me tell you something. I want to make clear this. The normal price for an electrician to show up is about $800 to $1,200. If an electrician is going to do a full job at your house, they're going to charge you about $2,000, $1,000 or more. A plumber is going to show up and do structural work to your house. He's going to charge you $1,000 to $1,500. He's going to dig up a hole in the backyard and put a line there. A roofer, well, you can forget about roofing. They're going to put a roof in your house or fix a hole in your house. $5,000, $10,000 for a roof. A welder. Let's talk about welding. You ever seen these guys? I remember getting a trailer welded like 5 years ago on the bottom. $700. My axle fell off. $700. When you go do a junk removal, the normal price is $150 to $250. $150 to $250. That is a medium price. If we're paying for ads, now I want you to take that medium price of $175, because that's between $150 and $250, I guess. I want you to take that price of $175 and think about this. Is it economical for junk removal companies to do ads and leads and pay for them? Is it profitable for a junk removal service to do that? To pay $85, $45, $65 for a lead for a job they only make $175 for. I will tell you something. Paying $95 for a lead to pick up a fridge and junk removal is the most dumbest, idiotic, stupid, moronic, uneducated task that you can do. As a matter of fact, I get more dumber talking about it in this video. It is the most dumbest thing that you can do is pay $100 for a lead, $45 or $60 for a lead for a $150 refrigerator. If you are doing ads and you're paying for leads that way, you're not a business entrepreneur. You are not working for yourself. You are working for Thumbtack. You are working for Angie's List. You are working for Facebook ads. That's your business part. See, you started this business 17 years ago and you started doing all these things, buying all these ads, these leads, a CRM, point of sale, all these things, calendars, workies, autopilot, all this junk. And you added too much to your business that you don't even know where the hell you're at. Now, it's not about how much money's in the bank. It's about how much the ROI is, how much the COGS is. You started your business as an entrepreneur and you added all this stuff and now you have a business partner. I remember this fella in McKinney, Texas. I went to his house. He closed his restaurant. He said it was Visa and MasterCard. I said, what are you talking about? He goes, yeah. They were taking away 3 to 4% of my business with transactions and the fees they were paying me. See, they were charging them per transaction a fee of 3%. But then it was another 2% that they were paying every month for the equipment. The processing, the transaction was another fee. So he had a business partner that was taking 5% of his business every month. He thought he was working for himself, but all this time he had a business partner. Isn't that sad? I'm telling you folks, we complicated this business and now we made it a luxury business. If you're going and you're driving down the street and you think you own a luxury business, you are wrong. You are so wrong. You have gone into the world of stupidness. We are not a luxury business. We had no education in this business to get in it. There was no schooling. We were not apprentice in this business. We just got a truck and a trailer and went to Home Depot? And maybe posted on Craigslist? What the hell? We changed the business because we chose to. We decided to buy a CRM, a customer relations management system. Hell, I don't even know what that is. We started relying on our CRMs and our ROIs and our COGS. Craigslist still does work. We started relying on our calendar, on our workies calendar. To show us where to go. We started relying on our GPS on our trucks to show us where the job. What did we do? And then to top it all off, we stopped forgetting what it was costing us to go to do jobs, and more worrying about what we had in the bank, what our balance was in the bank. We just totally forgot about all that stuff. What's up, dude? Met you at the Bachman Transfer. What's up? And I'm going to tell you something. You do not need all that stuff because you do not have a Tesla bot. I guarantee you there's not one owner in junk removal that has a Tesla bot. Guaranteed. We did not innovate and change the business. It is the same business 17 years ago when I got out of my truck, knocked on the door, picked up the junk and charged them. Yesterday, I got out of my truck, knocked on the door, charged them and left. Same business. It's still trash. And I am not a luxury service. I am not. We're picking up trash. I am sorry to disappoint y'all guys. But this business is a junk removal service. It is not a luxury junk removal service. And to think, we thought you had to pay for ads and leads and that we would be profitable if we paid for those things. You would think with all the negativity online on Facebook, everybody telling us that they're not making money on Thumbtack, all the people telling us that the Angie's List is a ripoff and that they can't survive Google ads and there's no money in it, you would think that everybody saying that on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and TikTok would be good for us. We are not the smartest people in the room. We don't listen. We're not a luxury service, and every once in a while you'll find a Rolex, but does not make you a luxury service. It makes you a person that found a watch. Don't get lost in this business. The emptier you run this business, the better off you are. Do not complicate this business. I did a video yesterday. Where I went, a really quick story before I get off this because I'm going to lose you at this airport. I did a job yesterday. I went to meet with somebody, an eviction company, a big old company. They have over 3,500 houses in the DFW area. I met with them and sat down. I said, why did you hire me? And he said, honestly, I went to your eviction process page and everything was there. I saw your videos, everything was there. And then for some reason you showed up here to my office the next day to introduce yourself to us. And you made us feel important. I went to another person's website, he said. He said, I went to another company's website and it just got complicated. No pricing, no nothing. He hired me. We have an eviction on the 10th this next week and the week after that on the 19th. Just because I showed up. Do not complicate this business. We're not innovating it. We're not changing it. We're still picking up trash and junk. Sorry to tell you that, guys. And we are not a luxury service. And I'll do another video about being a luxury service. I appreciate everybody being on this video. Sometimes I get a little into these videos, and this is one of those days. I actually got 2 jobs on the schedule this morning, and I'm going to pick up one of my trucks from the auction. Don't forget to subscribe. We gotta go back to work. See you later, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.